Okay, now she's got her zipper on, her waistband on. And then you take your skirt and you look at it and say, oh, my dart's going the right way, or my pocket's going the right way.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. But here's a word to the wise. When you go do this side down here, when you fold it up to press, double check that you don't twist. Okay, pay attention to that. Okay, now here's what we're doing. We're going to grade these seam allowances because you have a thickness here, you have the fashion fabric, you have the facing, and you have interfacing. You got 3 layers. We don't want them all the same width. It causes bulk. So we trim down. And we always trim down. Well, first of all, the one that's left the widest is the one that shows through on the fashion side of the fabric, which was, see, after we turn that over, see that seam allowance? It's going to show through. That is the widest. Lock that in forever. That is the widest. We're going to grade this. We're going to grade this because we have three different levels. Okay. Your seam allowance looks like this now. They're all the same. They're together. But we're going to take them so they look like this.
I thought you meant you're grading it so we know what to look for.
You will. I'm going to show y'all before we leave. I'm going to go over the grading system with you. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And the one that that's next to the fashion fabric, which is this, is the widest. So, well, I'm just going to do one over here. This really looks nice. This 1/2-inch seam allowance. See how consistent she is? Uh-oh. You were supposed to stitch all the way to the edge.
I thought there's a zipper.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh, you keep going?
Yeah, that's why we wanted to make sure that middle was down below the 1/2-inch. Okay, I want you to go back and do that. But it's not going to stop us right now.
Okay. I'll go back.
Okay, now watch this. I'm going to start grading. So I'm going to cut half of this off, but try to do it nicely. Not too
That's the
choppy.
fabric. So it'll be a 1/4 inch length.
Yeah, No, we're not cutting the fashion fabric because that shows through on the right side.
Okay.
Okay, I will take off for this, so you have to be aware. I'm telling everybody this, everybody should see this demo. The fashion fabric is the widest fabric, okay? Because see, that shows through on this side. The fashion fabric does. See, it shows through, and you want the widest part of the seam that shows on this side. Okay, now we're going to trim that. And then we're going to, after we grade that, you call it grading or layering, L-A-Y-E. You go back and you nip some of this thickness, okay? Just nip some of it, so it'll make things nicer. Now, we're going to go, and since we have a curve, and this facing has to turn over on it, it's going to be it's going to pucker. It's not going to lay real nice around here. So you have to go in and you have to clip. But the rule of thumb on clipping is, this is, see this fabric right here that I'm going to clip into? It's on the straight grain. You're going to look at it and say, okay, that's on the straight grain. So when it's on the straight grain, I'm going to clip at a diagonal, because if I clip on the diagonal, that will not ravel out. But if I clip like this, if this material was on the bias, which meant a 45-degree angle, then I would clip in straight.
Okay.
Does this make sense to y'all?
Yeah.
These are things, terminology, you're going to have to lock in forever, because it goes to everything you sew from now on. Like you're going to understitch, you're going to grade, okay? So now she's done all that and do that before you.
Yeah.
The last thing she's going to do is she's going to go to the sewing machine. Yeah, you're going to clip all the way around and grade all the way around. You're going to go to the sewing machine and you're going to fold this like this and watch your hand, and you're going to understitch right here, 1/8 of an inch. And you're going to watch it while you're doing to make sure that that seam allowance is going that way. See?
Okay. Okay, so right next, so down here.
No, not on the skirt, on the seam allowance.
Oh, okay, you do an eighth.
Yeah,
Okay.
You want to hold that seam allowance
Down.
down, yeah. And then when you get finished, see how nice it'll keep, you'll have a nice curve like
Yeah.
that. And this is under
okay.
stitching, which means it's under.
Gotcha.
You can't see it.
If we had top stitched like this pocket here,
Mm-hmm.
that pocket is top stitched because you see it. That's the difference in the terminology. Now, we could have, which we didn't, we could have just top stitched here. And if you top stitch, you don't have to understitch. But on
look
this
as
garment, we're going to understitch. On another garment,
And then
I'm
it'll
going to
fold
say,
real nice.
yeah, and on another garment, I might say, I want you to top stitch. And then you don't have to understitch.
Okay.
They both serve the same purpose, but understitch, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because it's hidden, it's underneath. So
Okay,
you're gonna,
okay. The thing I don't quite understand is this clipping.
just, you got a curve. See
Okay.
that curve there, and you just want to go in like every 3 inches.
Yeah, you
So it
did
doesn't
that and
fun.
you don't cut it though. Like you just cut it in and
just
you don't
snip it.
like snip the rest. It's just
And
snip
it's just a
in.
little bit, a snip in at an angle.
Okay, just to give it a little.
Yeah, see, like right here?
Okay,
Just so it doesn't.
just to leave it like that.
Uh-huh, that's all you do. And that way, when you flip it over, it'll go right over. Yeah, it won't fight you. Okay.
So what seam is this? Is this an 8?